Okay, now that we've established the physical reality of biblical prophecy, let's look at its accuracy. Now, many prophecies merely detail future events that are to occur sometime in the near or far future. But chapter 9 of Daniel goes even further and actually sets dates when this prophecy is to occur. Dates that have been proven beyond doubt were well after the book of Daniel was written. That is, the prophecy actually physically existed in real-world reality a great many years before the events prophesied actually occurred exactly as and when prophesied. Now, Daniel was reading and pondering the writings of Moses and Jeremiah when the angel Gabriel came to him to explain what was puzzling Daniel. Now, among the things puzzling him was when the Messiah that Jeremiah spoke of was to come. Gabriel informed Daniel of several things that I will talk about next time, but among the things Gabriel told Daniel was when the Messiah was due to arrive at Jerusalem. Now, in Daniel's time there was no common method of numbering years. The usual practice among the nations was to identify the year by the reign of their respective kings. So rather than saying in the year such and such, Gabriel identified the year by counting off the number of years between a specific event and the coming of the Messiah. That specific event was the issuing of a decree to rebuild the city of Jerusalem, not just the temple. Now, at the time of Gabriel's visit to Daniel in Babylon, Jerusalem was in ruins and Israel exiled in Babylon. Now, these are facts verified by Babylonian records. Daniel was told that the Messiah would come 62 plus 7 weeks or sevens from this date. Now, the term translated as weeks or sevens is a part of the Sabbath cycle of the Jewish calendar, and it denotes a period of 7 years. In other words, a total of 69 times 7, or 483, Jewish years from the date of the issue of the decree to rebuild Jerusalem, the promised Messiah would come to it. Now, during the captivity of Israel by Babylon, Babylon itself was captured and annexed by Persia. It is in the later memoirs or account of Nehemiah, who was appointed governor of Judea by the Persian king, that we find exactly when this decree is issued. Not by a Jew, but by the Persian king Artaxerxes, in the Passover month of Nisan, in the 20th year of his reign. Now, we know from Persian and Babylonian records that Artaxerxes Longimanus reigned from 465 to 425 BC. That makes his 20th year of reign 445 BC. Now, that's from secular Babylonian and Persian records. Now, here we have to do a bit of conversion maths, because a Jewish year is only 360 days long, compared to our modern year of 365 and a quarter days. Now, it's on our modern year that the BC and AD dates are based. So, if we take 483 Jewish years and multiply by 360, we get 173,880 days. Then, if we divide that by 365 and a quarter, you get 476 of our modern years. Okay, so now we have to add a year, because we are crossing from BC to AD, and there is no year 0. It actually goes from 1 BC directly to 1 AD, and it actually puts everything out by a year. So adding 477 years to 445 BC, we get 32 AD, which is the year historical evidence points to as the very year that Jesus rode into Jerusalem in the Passover month of Nisan on a donkey as its king and Messiah, and then was cut off, but not for himself, as the prophecy of Daniel said. It is important to remember that because of the Dead Sea Scrolls, there is now even scientific proof that the prophecy of Daniel existed in written form at least 197 years before 32 AD, and most likely over 550 years before. Indeed, existing before even the decree to rebuild Jerusalem was issued. There is only one possible explanation for this, scientific or otherwise, and that is that at least one being exists for whom our past, present and future all coexist and is observable to him. In other words, somebody who exists outside of time as we know and experience it. It is important to note that not one of these incredible prophets, who in reality have been able to foretell future world events with unerring 100% accuracy, claim that they have that ability themselves. All of them claim to have been told these things by another who is not of mankind, by the Elohim, be they the messengers of the Lord, angels, or the Lord Jehovah himself, or by his Son, Jesus Christ. Considerable archaeological and scientific evidence has been unearthed that this phenomena is not some ancient myth, but an actual part of our world reality. The existence of and unerring accuracy of biblical prophecy about future events is a proven fact of our real world, and that bends reality as we think we know it really out of shape.